It's a new year of Toilet Tunes. I have 3 members of the Neighborhood Quartet. We have Dan Schwartz, Nick Salisbury, and Steve Roehm.
Yep.
I want to make sure I pronounced it right. I've pronounced wrong on camera before.
It's embarrassing, but not today.
It is not today.
Nailed it.
Not today. They have an exciting show coming up soon, which we'll tell you about. But first, we're going to sing this song for you about a not real event that happened 50 some odd years ago. Yes.
Yes. Walt Grace, desperately hating his whole place, dreamed to discover a new space, buried himself alive inside his basement, the tongue on the side of his face, working away on displacement, what it would take to survive. Cause when you're done with this world, you know the next is up to you. And his wife told his kids he was crazy, and his friends said he'd fail if he tried. With a will to work hard and a library card, he took a homemade fan blade, one-man submarine ride. One morning, the wave was mad, and I mean it. The waves were as big as he'd seen it, deep in his dreams at home. From dry land, he rolled it over to wet sand, closed the hatch up with one hand, paddled off alone. Cause when you're done with this world, you know the next is up to you. For once in his life it was quiet, as he learned how to turn in the tide. And the sky was aflare as he came up for air in his homemade fan blade, one-man submarine ride.
One evening, when weeks had passed since his leaving, the call she planned on receiving finally made it home. And she accepted the news she'd never expected. The operator connected a call from Tokyo.
Cause when you're done with this world, you know the next is up to you. And his friends beg submarine ride.
This is like the classiest my graphics ever sounded. The Neighborhood Quartet. Normally a drummer is here, Greg Schutte. He's amazing, but instead I get to be the court.
It's still a quartet.
I'm making it still a quartet. You all have a big show coming up in a few days.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yes, January 24th at 7 o'clock at the Dakota, which is like one of the coolest places around, I think. Yes, and you're sharing the night with Dylan Hicks and Small Screens.
Right.
Yeah, got it, nailed it. What we sang for you was Walt Grace's Submarine Test, January 1967 by John Mayer. Such a good song.
It's
Thanks
a great
for
song.
bringing it in. It's not true, but it could be. I mean,
Who knows?
We don't know it's not true.
right.
We don't.
How long have you been quartetting as the Neighborhood Quartetting?
Greg, maybe, has it been a couple of years?
Year and a half.
Yeah, something like
And trioing before that, how long?
that. A long time. Years.
Years.
Like you
Yes.
can't even do that math because you're musicians and you just.
There's been a number of different bass players.
That's how we gauge it, by the number of bass players we've destroyed.
But you got the
Thanks,
best
Nick.
one. You got
We
the
do.
best one.
Yeah.
Question: do you all live in the same neighborhood?
No.
No.
Well, it depends on how big the...
Yeah, how global
The
are we
neighborhood
thinking?
of the heart.
Yes.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes. You all share the neighborhood of the heart. All right. On Toilet Tunes, this show, I like to ask people a few questions, and the first question everyone gets to answer it is, "Will you tell me something good? Tell me, tell me, tell me." You all need to tell me one good thing, a big or a small, like huge consequence, no consequence, but something good in your world or the world.
First thing that comes to your mind?
Yeah.
Kind of thing? My son can solve a 10 by 10 Rubik's Cube. He just got
That's
it.
awesome.
And it's pretty dang cool to watch
What is
him
a
do.
what is the normal squareage?
3 by 3.
Right,
So imagine
okay.
3 by 3, and then a
Oh.
10 by 10 is like that. And he just got it with his own money. He's excited, and he makes it. And occasionally pieces come flying out, and then that's when I step in and try to fix it.
That's
So,
cool
It is cool.
and good. I love that.
So that was the first thing that's been on my mind. I just picture him carefully twisting that. So
I like it.
that's mine.
That's a good one.
Coincidentally, I just started solving the 10 by
11 by 11.
Terrible.
Well, you get to go next. What's your good?
I think my good is to try to just in general give myself a break this year, and just do the best that I can. But and I'm having like a good week. I've got some new things going on, and that's kind of the thing that I want to do is get some new musical kind of ideas going, and that actually is happening this week. So a lot of times when it doesn't happen, you get that New Year's resolution, I'm gonna make more art this year.
Yeah.
And then, then all of a sudden it's July and you're like, I didn't do any of that.
Well, you just made art now,
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here.
this is
So
awesome.
I would say that's
Yeah.
a check.
Yeah.
But I'm
No,
sure
yeah.
there's
But I'm just gonna try to just not be so anxious. I mean, we all have we're all
yeah.
anxious at a certain level, but I decided that I realized that I'm just overly anxious and I just need to just let it, just let your gut out.
Yeah.
And just I don't know.
That's really good.
We'll see if it lasts, but I've been doing it the last couple weeks, and I've got a pile of little weird things I have to do, like FAFSA, and like an I-bond thing, and some tax stuff, and usually that
That's all
stuff
gonna
just
be
makes me
good,
it's oh, and I'm just I'm just gonna work on it, and if I get confused, I'll figure it out. It always gets sorted out.
It does get sorted.
By the time you need it to be sorted out.
I think so. Nick, what do you got? What's good?
My daughter's been binge listening to Waylon Jennings.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
She's 11,
That's
good.
she's the coolest one.
so that's.
I mean, not the coolest of like I'm not saying compared to all your children or anything, but I think that's a cool move.
pretty
Like,
neat.
it's pretty
That
neat.
is pretty neat.
It's a good barometer of how the parenting thing is going.
That's how you can sleep at night. Be like,
Yeah.
I might have messed everything up, but it's a lot of Waylon
Yeah.
going on by her choice, so
Yeah.
we're fine.
There's a lot of things going wrong, but she's been listening to a lot of Waylon things, so that's pretty cool.
It's at least that.
Oh, well, that leads us to the next question, which is: will you take our audience by like the metaphorical ear and spin us out to something new to listen to? It can be old, but like what are you listening to that's like getting your ears hot right now? That's how I describe it.
Can we go different order?
Yeah,
Steve starts this one.
Steve, what's getting your ears
Well,
hot?
I gotta say,
Hot
like,
ears.
This idea of just kind of throwing together a tune. I hadn't heard this John Mayer tune. I love it, and I haven't listened to John Mayer in forever. So there's like a bunch of stuff that I haven't even heard yet. So I'm kind of excited to hear a little of that.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Next.
Well, I told Dan about Jensen McCrae.
Yes, he told me.
Yeah,
So good.
Yeah, I think she's astonishing, and I've also been revisiting the band. I have a box set that they did 4 nights in a row, 1971, and that's what they made the Rock of Ages album from.
Cool.
But the box set's like multiple nights, and they're just brilliant.
Awesome.
So those have been the two things I keep going back to over and over.
And I will link to all of this below, as I always do, so that people can go listen.
Jensen's awesome. When
Yeah.
you turn me on her, and I told her about my daughter, and so now we have that connection too. She's always.
It's
love
very
her.
rare that I'm out someplace and I hear something and I just have to stop and figure out what it is.
Yeah.
The last time that happened was in 1999.
There's an app for that. What happened in 1999?
D'Angelo's Voodoo record.
Oh.
And I was at a little tiny bar called Bukowski in Boston. And that came on the PA and I had to ask the bartender, like, what the hell is happening right now?
That's
Because-
awesome.
Yeah, so, and then Jensen McCrae came on at Angel Food Bakery in St. Louis Park.
Oh, were you getting a donut?
I was getting coffee for me and my mom.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Very good. They have good donuts, too.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Is your answer Jensen also?
Well, she's great.
Yeah.
But can I add
Yeah, please do.
another?
Yes. This is where we all get things to listen to.
I know that if my kids watch this, they're like, oh my God, Dad's going to talk about Bill Frisell now. But
So you're going to talk about Bill Frisell?
I can't not.
I've
talk
only
about
ever
Bill
listened to
Frisell.
Dis Farmer, right?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yep. Okay, but
That's a
which
good
one?
But I'm reading his book right now, so it's kind of going through all of the albums and then all of the other records that he's done. So many records that are under the radar too. It's just incredible. So I just got a list of a playlist that's just getting longer and longer of songs that Bill Frisell played on. So it's boring, because everybody's.
I think that's awesome.
Bill Frisell. But his new record is so good, and
What's
I
his
love.
new one called?
His new one's called 4.
Okay.
And what I love about him is I've made this geeky comparative study Bill Frisell playlist, because he'll record his old catalog, but reimagine it. So like Pioneers, which we play. I love that tune in like a real cool folky version, but now he's playing it with a piano horn group, no bass, piano horn drums, and it's super gospel-y, and it's like to hear, I kind of nerd out on that stuff.
I like the nerd out. I like the comparative playlist. That's a super pro move.
Yeah.
The last question, and you can pick your order, is where are you learning right now?
How about Nick starts this one?
I've been learning songs for people like every day. I have a list each day of what I need to go through to prepare for gigs. So don't feel like I'm doing a whole lot of like personal growth
Yeah.
other than to just try to maintain a level of professionalism.
You maintain a really high level
And-
of professionalism.
And I really enjoy the people I play with, so it's not like it's never a slog. It's always
Yeah.
like spending time with people's songs so that I get to know them and don't feel like I'm scrambling.
Yeah.
So and then every week I'll play with 3 or 4 different people, it seems, and so before each gig I'll spend an hour just playing through stuff. So it's there. even though sometimes I doubt that it's up here, but it is.
Cool.
So that's been my learning. I haven't had time to go like lock myself in a room and practice. I don't practice the instrument anymore,
Yeah,
for better or worse, you know.
I get that. Who else is learning?
I'm learning. Because I forget everything I do.
That's right. So every day's a new day.
Everything is a sieve.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
like just to try to. I'm actually like my learning is for my seniors gigs. I've been trying to like I've been going through this old ukulele book and like thinking, you know, I'm gonna learn a bunch of kind of patriotic songs like America and you know, My Country 'Tis of Thee. You know, I learned all those, and then like the Andy Griffin theme show, and I Dream of Jeannie, and you know, just trying to like put together like TV theme songs, and then I was just trying to learn When You Wish Upon a Star.
Oh, that's such a good
That's a
song.
good
So I've just been trying to like learn them and then
Is
try to
that-
remember
didn't-
them.
I think Gene Simmons recorded When You Wish Upon a Star in his solo record.
No kidding.
Like Kiss?
Kiss.
Get Gene Simmons.
I'm almost certain the last song.
Well, if so, I will find it and link to that below.
I'm pretty sure that's the one. It's a very like Kiss kind of song that he did, but I'm almost
It's
certain.
a beauty. Oh,
Alright,
we need
cool.
to
Yeah.
we need to hear that.
Yeah.
I love it.
What are you learning, man?
What are you-
Well, the first thing that came to my mind was Tara Brach.
Oh
And
yes.
Her podcast.
Podcast is great, which is called just Tarbrock. No.
I
Does it have a
don't know. I
name?
think it's just called. I don't know. I just know it as Tara Brach.
She's their meditation teacher
Mhm.
and just general.
Yeah, and it's like I listen to it on my walk with the dog in the morning, and I like, oh, that's what you call that. I've been feeling that, and now I know what to name it.
It's so nice to
Is
have
it for, like, a
names for
meditation?
feelings.
She does like a talk of like a you know emotional kind of you know she's like a therapist.
Yeah.
And then she'll often combine it with a meditation, in has really like a cute funny anecdotal stories that kind of go in it too.
Oh, cool. I want to check that out.
She's great.
I will link to that below so you can all check it out. So we can all learning because learning is good. Thank you, Neighborhood Trio, for being here with me. I really appreciate. Also, let's just take a second with the biggest instrument we've ever had in the bathroom, and you can make all kinds of jokes about that too if you want because it is toilet tunes. But thank you, Steve, for finding a way to get it through the door, up the stairs, through the door, over the river, through the woods, and to the big green bathroom we go. You can catch the Neighborhood Trio on Tuesday, January 24th at 7 o'clock. Quartet.
It will be the quartet.
But the whole quartet, and it won't be me. It'll be like the actual Greg. And then Dylan Hicks and the small screens are sharing the night. And you can listen to them on Spotify and Apple. I will link below and follow on your website. Is there an email list they can sign up for?
Oh, there is. Yeah.
Yes?
On our site, yeah. We could use some followers on Instagram.
Instagram. I'm gonna put that below. This is the time where I thank my patrons for making all the crazy things I do, like inviting people to my bathroom, possible. Thank you, lovely humans. We will have a couple toilet tunes coming up on most Fridays at noon. That's how the show goes. Thank you all. Are you gonna? We've got
We'll play
Steve,
out.
Nick, and Dan, and I think they're gonna play us out for the first
Right
ever
on it.
play out. We've never had that before.